Welcome back to America Trends. Glad to have you with us. Go to ytaclub.com, ytaclub.com. Don't forget, that's where you can find us on the go and on demand. Now, President-elect Trump, he's made the big decision on who will be his Secretary of State. We've been speculating on this show for I don't know how many weeks, but a long time. Anyway, he plans to have the CEO of ExxonMobil, Rex Tillerson. And the left is all kinds of upset because Tillerson is a big oil CEO and they see him as pretty much the devil incarnate. And so some on the right are calling foul because his social conservative values aren't what they would like them to be. But here to give us all the perspective we're going to ever need is someone who is almost as hated by the left as Rex Tillerson. He's the proprietor of Right Wing News, John Hawkins. Great to have you with us tonight.
It is great to be on, and thank you for the great compliment. Almost as hated as Rex Tillerson is pretty good.
Right? I mean, that's a big accomplishment, I think. So anyway, all right, first of all, John, Secretary of State position, it's a big one, and it's a worldwide operation with 30,000 employees and hundreds of embassies around the world. Seems to me, CEO, worldwide company, good relationships with people already forged all over the world, as opposed to a bureaucrat. Doesn't seem like such a bad idea.
I tend to agree with you, Gina. I think that Rex Tillerson is a lot more prepared for this job than, say, Hillary Clinton or John Kerry. That's what he does. And I know people are all upset because he got some Friend of Russia award in 2013 because they had a business deal. Look, he has a business relationship with him. John Kerry has a relationship with Russia. He's not any more their pal than John Kerry. It's not like he and Putin are going out and riding bears together or whatever Putin does in his spare time. He did business with him. I think it's good that we have a guy who knows the players, knows what's going on in the world. And I think it's interesting that Trump has picked a business guy. He's not going with the same old, same old.
I think it's interesting, John, that many of the same players who are complaining about this guy having a business deal with Russia, when personally I would rather know that he has relationships with Russia. Why do we have to make Russia just our enemy? Like right off the bat, we have to say, okay, we're going to hate Russia and we're going to hate everything that has anything to do with Russia. And let's make sure right off the bat that we have a horrible relationship with Russia. That doesn't sound like good foreign policy. We don't have to like Putin. We don't have to like the way he does things to think that it would be better if we have a dialogue with him rather than, a line in the sand drawn from the moment that the new president takes office, right?
I agree with you. I think you could make the case that Trump is a little too friendly towards Russia. But on the flip side, you've got people like Hillary Clinton saying they should put a no-fly zone in Syria and shoot down Russian planes if they go through it. It's like, are you out of your mind? What are you trying to do here? So, yeah, you can go way too much in the opposite direction. And the liberals are using this because they don't want to change anything. So for them, it's like, oh, Russia stole the election. Keith Olbermann was having a meltdown over that today. No, they didn't. Some people in the CIA apparently think they tried to help Trump. The FBI doesn't think that. Our intelligence apparatus doesn't think that. Some people in the CIA do. So I don't know. I think we should be concerned about Russia, but that doesn't mean we've got to hate them. The Cold War is over, and we're going to have to be careful with these guys, but they're not our dire enemies. We're not at war.
No, that's it. And I think that some of the people complaining are also some of the same people, John, that took a lot of money from governments that support ISIS, right? From kings and from other rulers, dictators, tyrants who take money and fund Islamic terror. And yet they're concerned because this man, Mr. Tillerson, has a business relationship, meaning for his company, his job was to go and forge a dialogue with some of these countries. Why not use that diplomacy that's already established for the sake of the United States? I don't think anybody out there is convoluted enough to think that Donald Trump is going to be a soft-footed, how do you describe mom jeans type like Obama, right? Mm-hmm. So what are we worried about, really?
I have to tell you, I like the idea that you've got someone who knows how to negotiate hard-nosed deals with foreign governments. I think that's something we need. When Trump says that we don't know how to make deals anymore, he's right about that 100%. They make dumb deal after dumb deal. I'll say this about Rex Tillerson, whatever else you want to say about him, he's not going to make dumb deals. He's into making money. That's his thing. And if he's working for the country at $200,000 a year instead of making $25 million as CEO of ExxonMobil, we're lucky to do that. I think
we're lucky lucky to have somebody that's willing to take a pay cut and probably won't even put a server down in their basement. John, I heard that Tony Perkins has a problem with Rex Tillerson as a Secretary of State. What is old Tony's objection?
What is it? I don't know. I haven't heard what Tony Perkins said.
He's not socially conservative enough, apparently. I don't know. I don't know why exactly that matters. I mean, social conservative really does matter to me too in most things, but the Secretary of State really doesn't have any sway over domestic social policies. So why would Tillerson's social values come into play here?
I don't think it should matter that much. I do understand that people have legitimate concerns about how conservative Trump's going to be because his ideology has changed a lot. So when he picks people who are not necessarily solidly conservative, like Munchin and him, it gives people some pause. But I think for the Secretary of State position, I don't know that it makes that much of a difference. All
right, Mitt Romney, what are you thinking, John? What's going on in his house tonight? He's probably pretty disappointed. But here's my question. Do you think that he ever really had a shot? Do you think he was being punked by Trump? What do you think is really going on there?
That is a good question. It would have been really, really funny had he appointed him, because you could see people like Newt Gingrich, that guy Newt Gingrich or Rudy, their heads would explode. It's like, oh my God, we kissed. Not you. Listen, they kissed his butt for the entire primary season, and then it's like they didn't get a position in his administration, but Mitt did. Oh, they would go nuts. So it would have been funny for that reason. I don't know what Mitt's thinking. I don't know if Mitt's thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't get it, or thank God I didn't get it. I don't know. You never know what's going on with Mitt or Trump.
All right. Well, John, we appreciate you being with us. Check out his work at rightwingnews.com.